Good morning. Morning. This morning we are going to be talking about vaccines. And what does that? But first, we're going to start off with a prayer. Not just any prayer. We're going to start off with a mic prayer.
Whatever they've been praying for, whatever's been weighing heavy in their brain, maybe they haven't told anyone about it. May 19th. Heavenly Father, this person, can I pray for your Tuesday? May 19th. Heavenly Father, this person better get ready for this Tuesday because they are about to not have a good day. They're about to have a God day. And I pray you cook in their life on this Tuesday. I know they're just expecting another regular, ordinary Tuesday where they go through the motions, go to work, go to school, eat dinner, go to bed, repeat. But I pray you interrupt their week with the best day of their life. I'm not afraid to pray bold prayers. If our prayers aren't at least a little bit intimidating to us, they could very well be insulting to you. God, you can do anything. Nothing is impossible for you. Everything that's over our head is under your feet. And God, I pray you make a way where there is no way in this person's life on this Tuesday. Whatever they've been praying for, whatever's been weighing heavy in their brain, maybe they haven't told anyone about it, maybe they've been struggling with something. I pray this person sees breakthrough, answered prayers, and miracles on this Tuesday. That you let something so beautiful happen to them that it makes them forget about everything that ever tried to hurt them. And God, I pray this person feels lighter than ever before on this Tuesday. That you lift up every weight, every worry, every regret, every should have, every what if. Take it off their shoulders and let them feel lighter than ever before. Let them feel like they can finally breathe again on this Tuesday. And I pray for your protection over this person from anything that's not from you. Surround them with your warrior angels. Cancel every plan the devil has for their Tuesday in the mighty name of Jesus. Break off every lie that they've been believing about themselves or their situation or just any lie from the enemy in general. Remove every thought in their mind that isn't yours, God. Cancel every negative word that's ever been spoken about this person, even if it was a joke. I speak peace over their mind, joy over their soul, strength and healing over their body, and favor over every single area of their life. And I speak your word over them, that no weapon formed against them will prosper, that all things are working together for their good, that God, you will finish what you started in this person's life. And I pray when this person lays down on Tuesday night, while they're laying in bed, they just look up and say, wow, God, I did not see that coming. I didn't even know that was possible. I thought it was just going to be a regular, ordinary Tuesday. God, let this Tuesday be the day where everything shifts in their life. And more than anything you can do for them, God, just let them feel closer to you than ever before. Let them know that you're with them in everything they do. And you're not just with them, you're for them. And if you are for them, it doesn't matter who or what is against them. I pray they don't have a good Tuesday. I pray they have a God Tuesday. In Jesus' name I pray. Hey, man, can I pray for your Tuesday, May 19th?
Yeah, that one already popped up on the For You page this morning, so I'll share it away. Nick is amazing. That's really nice. Very beautiful young man. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about what our life is about. Okay? Well, we wait for our rest. So, everybody knows that not everybody. Let me clarify. I'm sorry. Most people know what is in a vaccine. They don't know what it does to the human body. I mean, I am still learning myself. And there's a gentleman that posted on Facebook. I'm going to show you this video. But he posted on Facebook and he absolutely nailed it. 100%. And And he has the cutest little baby boy. I mean, he's so darn stinking cute. But today is brought to you by today's Rise and Shine. Wow! Wake up, Mom. Today's Rise and Shine is brought to you by Ryze Mushroom Coffee. That not only helps with brain health, but also gut health as well. And is brought to you by Mrz-Wild-Wolf's Custom Designs. Which, the link to the store is in the description. And if you would like to get your own Ryze Mushroom Coffee, you can go to the website, fill out your order of choice, and then at the very end, type in the code capital MRZ. Wow. Capital M, lowercase IL. Can I get my brain back today? I mean, I know we're talking about vaccines and the effects that it has on the body, but sheesh. Capital M, lowercase RZ, capital W, lowercase ILD, capital W, lowercase OLF. And you can get 15% off on top of whatever other discounts that they have.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
You were finally able to spit it out.
I definitely need my mushroom coffee this morning.
We both do.
So I need to grab my scoop. I take a teaspoon out of one to put it into the other. I overfilled it. Instead of putting one in each, I put two in one. I definitely need to wake up. Wow. Okay, we have our Ryze Mushroom Coffee.
Something
Our water.
is jabbed into my finger. It hurts.
You're missing a spoon.
It fell.
That's fine. We have one, so. Okay. Monkey. Careful, it is hot. Please. Oh. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing today?
Type in the comments below.
And how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. We got someone new coming in here in a minute when she can.
This morning's Rise is brought to you by Ryze Mushroom Coffee and Mrz-Wild-Wolf's Custom Designs. I would like to start out by saying a big thank you and a cheers to, first and foremost, God and Jesus love. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Well,
Because
this is
without
heating up my leg.
God, none of this would be possible at all. And to each and every one of our followers, our friends, our family, and my beautiful co-host.
And the co-host.
And the sleeping co-host.
Well, maybe sleeping.
So, here's to you. Cheers.
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 Hot, but good.
Oh, yes, very good. Okay, so Matthew Drizzle, wow. I am so sorry, Matthew. Densler. Matthew Densler has done some amazing work, and his little boy is just too cute to boot. Okay, so I had seen a couple videos by him, and where is the one that I absolutely love? And like, we're gonna watch a couple of them because there's one that I absolutely love, and it is so true. And then there's a couple others that he explains more into detail what some of these do. So I am trying to find the one that got me to his page. Oh. Okay. It is going to give me a hard time this morning. I am so sorry. Where is my saved reels? Yes, I have a lot of saved on health and healthy living and healthy eating. Okay, here we go. No, just be nice. I'm talking to the computer because, yeah, it sometimes does not like being nice to me. So. Yeah, that might help if I made sure that I know I need to wake up.
Hey, Mom. My friend says that you're so pretty.
Aw, thank you.
Oh, I call her my little sister. She's a year younger.
I bet you every single one of you guys would call me crazy if I told you I was going to bring this little guy up the road to my buddy in a white butcher coat and he was going to inject him with formaldehyde, antifreeze, mercury, aluminum, monkey kidney cells, fetal bovine serum, and some DNA fragments from an aborted fetus in 1966. But somehow, magically, if that man in the white butcher coat was called a doctor, and that trip up the road was called a wellness visit, and those injections were called vaccines, somehow I'm only crazy if I don't inject him. Make that make sense. And if you think that makes no sense at all, like I do, and you'd like to learn how to live a healthy, holistic lifestyle free of vaccines and pharmaceutical poisons, simply message me the word truth, and I'll send you an invitation to my community, The Healthy Truth. Because parents need more truth, not more fear. Right, Kaylin? A beep.
I lost 60,000 followers in the last month. I think it's because I said I wanna be like Yeshua and speak the truth even if that means I lose it. I'd rather lose money and fame and my followers than to hear Jesus say I never knew you. I do not care whether
Listen up. Here comes the energy lockdown.
people reject me or not, cause I'm already accepted by
You mean? Okay. Good to know. So, yes, you are injected with aborted bovine cells, aborted fetal cells. You're injected with aluminum, formaldehyde, and a lot of stuff that is toxic for your system. Now, I did pull up some stuff, and when I shut down my computer, it did not shut down the correct way. So it did not keep it up as it normally would, or give me the restore option, but that's okay. So one of the things that, here we go, we already know what it supposedly does. They inject you with a virus that is supposed to help build your immune system. But how can it help build your immune system when it literally has compounds that tear down your immune system? Okay? Okay, so if you've seen my thumbnail, I'm going to put it up behind me. Media file. Okay. Where did you go? Okay. Very nice. And actually do what I'd like you to do. We'll see. No. Because why would it? Why would it be so nice? Good morning, Ellen. How are you doing this morning?
Hello.
It isn't. Why is it not letting me bring it up? Okay. Oh. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'll pull it up a different way if I have to. It is just being mean. What do you mean? Oh wait, no, never mind. There you go. Thank you. I'm trying to set it as my background behind me, but it is being difficult to say the least. Okay. Excuse me. Now, hopefully this will work the way I would like. We'll see in a second. That is not working the way I would like. Come on. Nope. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna do it this way. Hold on. Oh. Mm. So if you look at this chart here, this picture, I actually used ChatGPT and asked it to make me a picture with all of the ingredients that are found in vaccines. Okay, so you have mercury, you have aluminum. Those that have learned anything about aluminum know that it crosses the blood-brain barrier, which can lead to autism, ADHD, and what?
Thank you, but I have work.
What black girl? You mean the girl in black? That'd be my daughter. Anyway, so it causes a whole slew of mental issues. Now, you go to the third one, it's fetal bovine serum. What that means is they used cells that were cultivated from a baby cow. And then they used the liver of a baby cow as well. The HDCs. Let's look what HDCs are. Okay. Oop, wrong one. We're gonna type it in. What are HDCs in vaccines? There you go. Okay. So you can see I just typed it in and we have a whole list to choose from. So we're gonna go look and see exactly what it is. Human diploid cell strain. Viral vaccines. That's I'm gonna grab that and then we're gonna rephrase this. What exactly is okay, so WI-38 is a diploid human cell line composed of fibroblasts derived from lung tissue of a 3-month gestation female fetus. So it came from an aborted baby in 1962. Okay. What exactly happens if you were to inject fetal cells into your bloodstream by themselves? Oh, and I love, yeah, AP. Post misleads on vaccine ingredients. AP, you've been proving more and more to be a liar. Sorry, to mislead people. Let me clarify. You notice, you try looking it up. I want to know exactly what happens. Okay, so exactly what happens if you were to ingest? Here we go. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. The most mysterious cell in our body don't belong to us. No. It's not saying what I would like it to tell me. So it's giving me a hard time about ingest, so okay. You notice it's not saying, okay, so what would happen if you were to eat mix? Yes, I know, bear with me. As you're like, how? Yeah. Here we go. By a interesting site. Okay. Does cannibalism affect the brain psychology? Cannibalism, the act of consuming the flesh of another human being, is a taboo subject. Often, sorry, this taboo is actually quite. Anyway, relegated to the realm of horror and anthropological courtesies. However, examining cannibalism through the lens of a modern neuroscience and psychology reveals a complex interplay of potential neurological impact driven by protein misfolding, prion disease, and alteration in neural circulatory link to both the act of consumption and potentially the individual's own genetic disposition. While direct experimental data on human cannibalism is ethically impossible to obtain, we can... What are you doing?
Stop.
Well, we can extrapolate from related research, animal models, and case studies of prion disease to understand the potential ramifications. Okay. So I'm going to read down a little bit real quick. So you end up with Kuru, which is loss of coordination or balance from cerebral dysfunction. You have tremors or shaking, difficulty speaking due to muscle weakness and incoordination, cognitive decline affecting memory, judgment, and reasoning. Now, do you see all that? Because we are looking at what they do to your body. Potential side effects from vaccines. Soreness, swelling, fever, fussiness, feeling tired, loss of appetite, vomiting, sometimes after the detox. More serious reactions such as seizures, nonstop crying for 3 or more hours. Yes, you heard that right. Nonstop crying for 3 or more hours. Does that sound like something else that they sit there and say they don't know what the cause is for it? Or a fever of high fever over 105 after DTaP vaccination happens much less likely. Rarely vaccination is followed by swelling of the entire arm or leg, especially in older children when they receive their 4th or 5th dose. Why would there be swelling? That is your body telling you you are putting toxins in your body and it's saying, no, get the heck out of there. Okay. Hepatitis A. Excuse me. So, unless mom has been very promiscuous, the chances of your child getting hepatitis A or B is slim to none. So why would you put it in their system? Oh, for when they get older, so that way they don't have effects and blah, blah, blah. No. Okay. What is the risk of hepatitis A vaccine? Soreness and redness where the shot was given, fever, headache, tiredness, loss of appetite can happen with the hepatitis A vaccine. Some people sometimes faint after medical procedures, including vaccinations. Tell your provider if you feel dizzy or have vision changes or ringing in your ears. As with any medication, there is a very remote chance of vaccination causing severe allergic reaction, other serious injury, or death. What is the other serious injury? I wonder. How about neurological effects that make it harder for our children to study, to pay attention? So it don't even have the whole list of what I asked for. It just says other serious injuries. Oh, but it's a 1 in blah 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 chance. Yeah. It's a 1 in blah 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 chance. Okay. Do you want to take that chance with your baby? Especially for something that, unless you yourself are promiscuous, your baby's not going to have as a baby. Sorry, moms. Yeah. Obviously, I'm a mom. I care about all children, not only my own. And honestly, I wish I knew a fraction of what I do now 16 years ago. Hepatitis B side effects. Soreness where the shot is given, fever, headache, fatigue, feeling tired. Can happen after hepatitis B vaccine. People sometimes faint. Same thing. With any medication, there's a very remote chance of vaccine causing severe allergies. Again, it does not say what other serious injuries, like death. Well, they list death there, sorry. So, yeah, like ADHD, autism, other neurological effects. Hip vaccine. Redness, warmth, and swelling where the shot is given, and fever can happen with hip vaccine. People sometimes... It's just repeating the same nonsense over and over and over. It's not actually giving you a list of what can happen. And as for the HPV shot has killed more people let that sink in, killed more people than it has helped. HPV, another sexually transmitted disease. And again, with the vague. I'm going to click on this, see what it... Because you try seeing the pamphlets, and it's actually quite hard to see them. Okay, so HPV infection can cause certain types of cancer, including cervical, vaginal, and vulvar cancer in women, penile cancer in men, anal cancer in both men and women, risks of tonsils based on tongue, or base of the tongue and back of the throat in both men and women. HPV infections can also cause anal genital warts. HPV vaccine prevents over 90% of... Okay, so HPV. HPV. Yes, there is a lot. Merrick's $8 billion cancer vaccine faces U.S. jury trial. It's an $8 billion industry. Let that sink in. They inject you with particles of a strain of HPV because there is several strains. Is saying, oh, well, this one causes cancer. No. Cancer is your body's way of wrapping up a virus or a foreign that is not supposed to be there, dead cells, and keeps it encased. That is why, and a lot of times They're parasites or bacteria. That is why when they do a biopsy and they cut it without removing it first, if it is cancerous, it will go throughout the entire body. Because they're literally opening a sac. Our bodies are absolutely amazing. Yeah, as you can see, there's more on this lawsuit. This is just for the HPV. And this one, at the age of 16 years old, a young lady was confined to a wheelchair after receiving 3 doses of the HPV vaccine. Oh, but it's rare. It's not as rare as you think it is. Seven HPV vaccine side effects. Let's see if it actually gives a full list. We'll see. Okay. It is not typically, skin to skin sexual contact. So if you're not promiscuous, you're not really going to have a chance of getting it. Okay, injection site reactions such as pain, redness, swelling, headache, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, diarrhea, fever, anaphylaxis, fainting, headache, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, diarrhea, fever, on the site here. Current evidence hasn't found that HPV vaccine directly causes long-term side effects such as reproductive problems. Researchers have also investigated side effects such as postal POTS. Postal orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. What that is, that has to do with your heart. Tachycardia means that your heart beats way too fast. And CFS. But a casual link hasn't been found with these either. We have over 15 years of safety data, but yet, you notice what it doesn't say. It showed you the lawsuit that indicates that it paralyzed someone. It attacked them. But you don't see that on here. They omit that. Or they put it as other health risks. Okay, so one of the injected, here we go. This is for what is in a vaccine. The average vaccine dose contains 0.5 milliliters of fluid, equivalent to about 1/10 of a teaspoon by volume. Most of the vaccine is water, which is used to carry the active ingredients into the body, whether by intramuscular injection, nasal spray, or oral suspension. Inside that small amount of fluid are microscopic amounts of ingredients that fall into our four main categories: antigen, adjuvants, stabilizers, and preservatives. Okay.
It's not on, just to let you know.
Thank you.
We
So we are gonna go down and we're gonna look at.
we can continue to on Thursday.
Is he live already?
No, but he's going live today.
I know.
Can you please hand me a stir stick?
Gladly. Thank you. Okay. So right here it states that it's made with aluminum salts. Oh, but those are different. They're in your food. They're in your water. They're in your milk. They're not supposed to be. They're not natural. Yeah. Plants, derived compounds, oil and water, emulsions, and synthesized forms of DNA. In other words, made in a lab. Not all vaccines contain adjuvants. In the U.S.,
also, after schooling's done, I'm gonna be back home.
preservatives. Yeah, they keep the bacteria and fungus from growing in vaccines during storage. But which ones do they use? Okay. Let's see. The preservatives that are used in the U.S. include thermosol. Okay. So that's why we had this here. Thermosol. Oh, I tried looking it up this way. Because it's Children's Hospital. All mercury isn't the same. But yet, when I typed it in and we went to Wikipedia, thermosol or thimerosal, also sold under the name myrthalate, is an organomercury compound. It is well established. It is a well-established antiseptic and antifungal agent. It has been used as a preservative in vaccines, globin preservatives, skin tests, pathogens. It's even in tattoo ink. Despite the scientific census that fear about its safety is unsubstantiated. Ugh. Its use as a vaccine preservative has been exploited by anti-vaccination groups. Okay, so here's the history of it. Well, actually, no. Why don't we look at other names of it? Right here. Mercury. And isn't that on that list of photos? Hold on. Yeah, the very first ingredient on that photo. The very first ingredient is mercury. Okay, so mercury, aluminum, fetal bovine serum, fetal bovine liver, the HDC, chicken embryo cells, egg proteins, yeast proteins, formaldehyde. Would you want to be injected with something that they fill your body with after you die? Antibiotics, gelatin, sugar, lactose. And you wonder why more and more people are becoming lactose intolerant. Monosodium. Some of these I can't even pronounce. No, thank you. Potassium chloride, calcium chloride, magnesium chloride, bleach. Really? So yes, Matthew did say it perfectly. He really did. I will do a small video where I show what each and every ingredient individually does when it's consumed. Because knowledge is power. Oh, and there's one video that I'm going to leave you with. Where did it go? I think they might have taken it down. Oh, that sucks. Too bad I haven't saved it. Several different places. As a matter of fact, I sent it to some family members. Second. I posted it on my there we go.
I asked the top scientists in the several.
Okay. They want to come after me for speaking the truth and showing you guys the truth. So be it. If they can't handle the truth coming out, well, bully on them. Here you go.
I would
And
say something, but I can't.
What's that?
If they get mad at you, just be like, woohoo, screw you, go screw a kangaroo.
Oh boy. Okay. Listen closely to what he says. Okay? Listen very closely.
I asked the top scientists on this several times, do we really have to get down to near zero? Can't we just, cut it in half or a quarter? And the answer is that until we get near to zero, the temperature will continue to rise. And so that's a big challenge. It's very different than saying, we're a 12-foot high truck trying to get under a 10-foot bridge and we can just sort of squeeze under.
And so you guys know, yes, this is Gates on how to help the population. Continue listening. Yes, I have to break it up. I'm sorry. It's annoying, but it is what it is.
This is something that has to get to zero. Now, we put out a lot of carbon dioxide every year, over 26 billion tons. For each American, it's about 20 tons. For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. It's an average.
For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. Because they don't use as much of a carbon footprint as we do. And CO2. If they'd stop chopping down all the trees, we'd have less CO2 because the trees actually eat the CO2 and give us oxygen.
Average about 5 tons for everyone on the planet. And somehow we have to make changes that will bring that down to zero. It's been constantly going up. It's only various economic changes that have even flattened it at all. So we have to go from rapidly rising to falling and falling all the way to zero. This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra. But let's take a look.
Okay, listen very closely right here, guys. Very closely, please. If you need to, turn it up a little bit.
Look, first we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Yeah, let's hear that one more time. And I'm going to even turn on closed caption. Okay?
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. I asked the...
Let that sink in. Sit there and mull over it for a second. Vaccines, healthcare, reproductive healthcare, or vaccines, medicine, and reproductive healthcare. As I stated before, unholy good morning.
Morning, baby.
As I stated before, and I'm going to play that one more time for you. I'm going to play it one more time. Because, yes, I really want you to listen. And I really want it to sink in. Exactly what he says.
The top scientists in this several times, do we really have to get down to near zero? Can't we just, cut it in half or a quarter? And the answer is that until we get near to zero, the temperature will continue to rise. And so that's a big challenge. It's very different than saying, we're a 12-foot high truck trying to get under a 10-foot bridge and we can just sort of squeeze under.
Anybody that has any brains knows you cannot take a 12-foot high truck under a 10-foot high bridge, because you're either going to break your truck or you're going to break the bridge.
This is something that has to get to zero. Now, we put out a lot of carbon dioxide every year, over 26 billion tons. For each...
Again, carbon dioxide, it feeds our plants. It feeds our grass. It feeds our trees. It feeds our flowers. It feeds everything that makes it to where we can survive. Whether it be the herbs that you're using medicinally, whether it be the beautiful trees that are giving you shade, or the wood that helps provide a home for you. CO2 feeds that.
American, it's about 20 tons. For people in poor countries, it's less than 1 ton. It's an average about 5 tons for everyone on the planet. And somehow we have to make changes that will bring that down to zero. It's been constantly going up. It's only various economic changes that have even flattened it at all. So we have to go from rapidly rising to falling and falling all the way to zero. This equation has 4 factors, a little bit of multiplication. So you've got a thing on the left, CO2, that you want to get to zero. And that's going to be based on the number of people, the services each person's using on average, the energy on average for each service, and the CO2 being put out per unit of energy. So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. That's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
New vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services could lower it by 10 to 15%?
First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
Isn't your testimony that there is still resistance from the CIA?
Sorry. Don't know why it went to that next, but what does that tell you? What does that tell you? You just been quiet. That tells you exactly what they're doing. He owns several pharmaceutical companies. He owns IBM. No, sorry.
Did you hear
Microsoft.
that pop? I see my handsome baby. Oh, there was my elbow.
So yes, they are literally trying to kill us off. And how are they going to do that? Oh, damn.
Thank you.
Vaccines.
Is it any bigger?
Medical help.
Okay.
And reproductive health.
They
What else do
disappeared.
they call
Hold
reproductive
up. No.
health
There,
that we
she
already talked
disappeared.
about
Hold up.
before? So on that note, guys and gals, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you like what you see. Don't forget, if you do like what you see, to subscribe, flick that little bell, and smash the like button.
Sorry, I'm trying to deal with something.
And always remember, no matter what life throws at you, no matter what crazy curveball is thrown your way,
Okay.
or child, sheesh, at the end of a rain.